Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the one you love and hold them tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me and ease my mind, imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Okay, this is definitely going to be a multi-part reading, and the creepiness of these cards is just, I can't with it. It's just a great combination. We have the Zombie Tarot for the masculine energy, and we have the Horror Tarot for the feminine energy, and amazing. I think this was a gift to myself, but this was a gift from Abby, so I'm so appreciative of that. And let's get right into the thick of it. So we're going to look first at the top and bottom of each deck. So I'm going to go over here and grab, we had the 8 of Pentacles in the headspace, and we had the High Priestess in the heart space. And this is just very, very much what is going on. Look at how the feminine energy is turned away from this very, we have to say, I know this deck is the deck that you get to say toxic all the time, even though the word itself is now toxic. Toxic is itself a toxic concept. But yeah, so she's walking away into this, like into her intuition, like the divine feminine. And we're getting this new moon energy here too. In the heart space, she's just really knowing. And in the headspace, there is this work that's being done. And so the masculine energy is focused on work, or trying to, but I do not think that is going well, because the heart space is pulling him away from this work and towards like the heart. So that's the overall energy that's going to come from this reading. And we're going to take a look at the underlying energy in part 2, which will be available for everybody. But I think, all right, so I love this. This is what is underlying the headspace and the heart space, or the connection, or the masculine and feminine, however you want to look at it. We're using the Zombie Tarot here for the masculine energy. And his mind overall is on his work, but like, does it look like a healthy decision? No. And his heart, we already saw, but what? So this is total union. Underlying this situation is what is pulling him. And look how afraid he is, intimidated he is by, the divine feminine's knowing. Incredibly intimidated by that. I mean, I can't say I blame him so much, but so what is underlying is his fears, of her. I mean, she probably has the ability to see deeply within not just him, but many. And then we have the Hierophant energy, which is underlying the feminine spheres, which this is somebody who has authority or control over her body, right? In this, so these are also such an interesting pair. The High Priest and the High Priestess, basically, to a certain extent. I mean, this is just an incredible amount of major arcana energy as well. So we're at a really major stage right now where they're both facing these deep fears of one another. and it 'tis the season to be very afraid. Okay, so then we have here the King of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the Tower for the masculine. So not communicating these deeply held feelings has caused this painful separation, and it is untenable. This is the card of divine intervention, because when you are so uncomfortable where you are at, something has got to give. And the feminine's energy for that is Judgment, the World. I can't believe the freaking Major Arcana, and the Knight of Wands. So forgiveness, understanding it's difficult to express deep feelings and not wanting to cause conflict. Understanding that it being over, complete, no more pain. Like, there's not going to be any more pain. The divine feminine is going to cut the money and run, take the money and run. Okay, I needed to do a part 3 because I really needed to sum all of that up. So basically, divine feminine can reconcile that her masculine energy isn't or has not been capable of communicating his deeply held feelings, but that he has had them. She is ending the cycle of this painful separation by throwing herself into her passions and interests. And, you know, going and seeking other energy. Oh, okay. So I want to brighten this reading up a bit and bring in some light. So hang on a sec. This is a card of divine intervention. So let's find out what intervention is going to take place. All right, the Nine of Pentacles. This is the masculine energy I asked for. And so there is still attachment for the masculine to his feminine energy. He wants to give her the freedom that she deserves, because he can't yet relinquish his own. So this is a desire to remain single and independent. For the feminine, she wants to focus, I think, on her family, on those that are close to her. She wants to build something from the ground up, and really tap into her abundance. She wants to move like a little bit at a time. Honestly, that's where they're at. And it's really disappointing. Really disappointing. And we just really have to keep bring a sense of optimism to the situation, because top of the deck. Because ultimately what you're seeking is spiritual fulfillment. That's the only thing that ever really satisfies you. And that is something you get from that self-love that you've been cultivating. You know how to do that now. You know how to overcome conflict by pouring into your own cup. And there's your Ten of Pentacles. Wow, and the Tower again as confirmation. So everything's going to change.